Today I want to talk about free will and destiny, because on the one hand, I talk about this on my channel quite a bit. Free will is the freedom to make our own choices in our lives, and although I do feel that we are overseen by a higher power, I call him God, you can call him or it spirit or source or universe, whatever's good. Although I do think we can receive guidance and help in making those choices, at the end of the day, it is in our control to choose the path that we want when we are at a crossroads, right? However, you also hear in the spiritual community things such as what is meant to be will be, and surrender and go with the flow of life, don't fight against the current, and what you seek is meant for you and all that. And so that raises the question, well, if we make our own choices, then how does destiny play into that? Because we can change the course of our life, right? With our actions and our behaviors. So that is what I want to get into today. Now, to be honest with you guys, I don't actually have a scholarly basis for what I will be presenting. This is kind of a theory that I've just thrown together over the years of studying and what I think makes sense to me. So please feel free to accept or reject whatever you think makes sense to you. But also, because I want to inspire some confidence in you, I have decided to bring in renowned theologist and professor. He's just called a professor. Let's just call him that, okay? Oh, okay, here we go. Let's bring him in. Welcome! Hello, everyone. I am the professor. First name the, last name professor. And I am here to talk to you about free will and destiny. I would show you my credentials, but they're falling apart because they're in a Walmart frame. Hang on, let me show you. Here's my degree. That's enough. That's all you need to see. Just know that I have crossed the globe at large, searching for answers, and this is what I've come up with. I would like you to please consider this as the trajectory of your life. This being your birth, this being your death, and all the decisions and things that you make in between. Now, I want you to think of these little dots here as like significant moments in your life where people usually come up with, oh, it was meant to be, so it happened. So this could be like the career that you end up working, or who and when you get married, or where you live, where you choose to spend your life. Okay, so as much as we would like our life to proceed in a smooth straight line, we all know that that's a bunch of bullshit, because that rarely happens so smoothly and easily. So here's where I think free will comes into play. We can make different choices that will ultimately get us to where we need to be, but there are different routes that we can take to get there. So perhaps we decide to go this way. That's one route. Maybe it's more stressful, it's difficult, lots of obstacles in the way. Or maybe you choose to do it in a more like roundabout way. And as you proceed through life, there's so many different paths that you can take to ultimately get to the same outcome. So although you may feel that you have made a different choice, it will ultimately reroute itself back to where you need to be. So now, what is the ideal way to have a more direct course to where we want to go? How do we kind of avoid all these pitfalls and making it unnecessarily difficult for us? An example that I can give you is being with the wrong person in a relationship or a partnership for longer than is necessary. Sure, you can continue that partnership, but perhaps we all have had this experience that we know that sometimes you just can't make something work that isn't meant to work. And the sooner you let go of the wrong person, the sooner the right person can come in, right? And so that is a good example of how this can come into play. So yes, how can we go about getting to what is meant for us and what is in our destiny, written in the stars, as quickly and efficiently as possible? And this is where I want to bring up the actual choice that we have in our lives, the only true choice that we can make at any moment, literally any moment in our lives, and here it is. Folks, I would tell you, but it is time for me to retire. This is my 65th birthday, and so I'm going to leave it to my assistant Samad to explain the rest to you. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, my friends, so here is how we can align with God's will for us, or what we consider to be our destiny, our highest good, and that is through the one choice that we can make amongst all choices, And that is, oh my God, I dropped it. And that is to choose either love or fear. And yes, this is a Tums, and this is an Aleve liquid gel, because that's all I had for blue and red pills. Let's consider this love and this fear. And so at any moment in your life, you can choose to react from love or fear. And that will determine how quickly and easily you get to what is meant for you and what will work out in your best interest in the long run. Now, to be honest, if I present this model to you, more so than death, I would like this end result to be getting to the kingdom of heaven or reaching enlightenment or becoming one with everyone else and source, because that is our true reality, oneness. If we're trying to get to this end result of enlightenment, I just want to make it clear that just because something is a simpler and straighter path does not mean that it is easy, okay? Sometimes we have to suffer and struggle in life, and that is because the human tendency is to go from point A to point B as quickly and conveniently and easily as possible, even if it stunts our growth. So if it was up to us, we would probably just stick with the status quo, and spiritual evolution would be quite difficult because we get comfortable, right? It's tough to step out of our comfort zone sometimes. And so the universe will throw life situations at you that seem nightmarish and not like, at the time, they don't feel like they are working towards your happiness, if that makes sense. So this could be a particularly painful relationship breakdown. It could be, the loss of a job or the loss of a loved one or feeling completely lost and purposeless in life. This is sometimes known as the dark night of the soul, is when you're not even sure where you fit in. And so when we're going through those challenging life experiences, you may feel that you're on the loop-de-loop option for the course of your life, but in fact, you are actually being pushed to get to your end result, which is often about growth. It really is about you discovering parts of yourself that you didn't even know were there, and that includes the positive and negative things, right? So shadow work or even like your own inner strength. We don't realize how much we have within us and what we are capable of until we go through some messed up things in our life. Although we may mistake it for this, it could, in reality, be this. Be our most direct course. So embrace the good and the bad that happens in your life, but also we need to develop the discernment to be able to tell if something is holding us back as opposed to pushing us forward. It's also important to note that time happens instantaneously for God. So what we consider this to be like the linear trajectory of our lives, this has already happened, okay? Like this past, present, future, God sees it all, and like it's already happened. Like us reaching enlightenment and reaching the kingdom of heaven is done. We're technically already there. And so our framework of time is not linear in God's eyes. It is more so just a blip in eternity. And that is why God knows the end result already. That is why he knows which path you're going to take, even though you have options on which path you will take. He knows which one you're going to take. And that is why guidance can be given to you from a higher power. You know what I mean? Because the big picture is already drawn. I always pray that I deliver the correct information to you guys. So I'm just going to pray again that I am not misleading you or giving you like the wrong information in any way. And if I'm wrong, may God smite me down with lightning. Okay, so to end things off, I just want to give a special shout out and thank you to all our new subscribers and viewers, and obviously the OGs. Like, you guys are the best. I am so grateful that you guys stick around and listen to all the randomness that I have to share with you. I really appreciate you guys, and even on like one of my previous videos, you guys left like the most loving comments, the one where I was like questioning my BUT. You guys were so nice. I was like, that's so nice. You really warmed my heart, so thank you for your support. And what else was I going to say? Oh yeah. And so remember that at any given time that you can choose love or fear. And love is not always the easy answer, but it is the correct answer, because at the end of the day, that is how we will get out of this roller coaster ride that is life. And we will find the peace, love, and joy, and the blessings that are our birthright and are waiting for us at the end of the rainbow. Thank you for watching this week's episode. I really appreciate you guys, and I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye!